What is an atheist? What is an atheist? Man called him an atheist, atheist called himself an atheist. But what does God call him? God calls him a fool. He don't call him an atheist. He calls him a fool. That's a dress-up name. Atheist. Make him sound like he's somebody. An atheist. The 14 Psalms, 14th chapter, the first verse of Psalms, this is the Bible. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Listen at it again. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. See, I didn't write that. That's what this was in this book. Okay? An atheist is one that said there is no God. He's got to be a fool to think nothing created everything that he's seen in this universe, that nothing created, made the sun, the moon, nothing made the wind, nothing made everything, the trees, the grass, nothing did that. The cows, the horses, the fleas, the ticks, the water, nothing did that. Germs, nothing did it. Okay? But the fool don't know how it got here. He's been trying for years and years and years to try to figure out how he got it. How did this world start? I don't know, but I know ain't no God did it. Don't want to give credit to God. Don't want to believe that there is a supreme being. But let me tell you something about the God of this Bible. One reason why you're a fool, and why they have fools like that, a fool hate knowledge. Look in the book of Proverbs, the first chapter, and the 5th verse. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. Okay? To understand a proverb and the interpretation of the words of the wise, their dog saying, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. They don't try to find out what's in this book. You see? The people that believe in God, it's not because, it's not, people believe in God because of this book. This is what's called the Bible. Okay? A fool don't know, he don't even read it. He don't try to get an understanding of it. He don't try to learn nothing. Okay? Because he hates knowledge. And when the thought of God comes into his mind, he push it out. He does not like to retain the thought of God in his mind. Look what happened to him, and look what happened to a fool. Okay. A fool gonna say to you, can you prove there is a God? Well, fool, can you prove that there is not a God? Okay? Not only that, a fool hates you and despises you, and a fool calls this Bible foolishness. He said, we are foolish. You believe in all that foolishness and don't know what's even in the book. See? If you don't know what's in the book, how are you going to say it's foolishness and it's not real? got to be a fool to believe that nothing created something. Nothing is not intelligent at all. Nothing has no type of education. Nothing is nothing. Nothing is vanity. It's nothing to it. Nothing. So how could nothing just create everything? Well, nothing did it. How'd the world get here? Nothing did it. Nothing. I wouldn't try to prove there is a God to a fool. I wouldn't even try. And you notice most people don't. When you find a fool, you leave him a fool. Not only that, God said, don't give that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls to swines. Man have to prove himself to God. God don't have to prove himself to man. You follow me? In the book of Romans, the first chapter of Romans, and look what happened to people. One place, God said, I will send them strong delusion that they'll believe a lie rather than the truth. Romans 1:21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. Most of them start out believing there's a God, but certain things did happen, and so they dropped the idea that there was a God. Yeah, one time I believed in God, but when my sister died, and you know, what kind of God it is that let all this kind of killing go on, and you're not God. The Bible says, for as the heavens are from the earth, so are his ways from our ways. You get in this book and let some man guide you like and instruct you. Then you may can understand why do God do certain things. It's in the book. Nothing makes sense to you until you read it. Let me read this over. Because that when they knew not God, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. They want to try everything but God. They want to tamper with everything. They ain't got enough understanding to go in this book to try to learn something. Okay. Instead, they could believe in any book except this book. This is a book of foolishness to them. And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. That's what they did back in the old day. They rather take an old idol god or anything and make that a god, rather than to believe in the true and living God, whom that's invisible, that he don't let you see him. You ought to know there is a supreme being somewhere. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. God gave them up through the lusts of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie. You see? They rather say two atoms came together and had a big bang, rather than in the beginning God created.